Hey babes, and welcome to Gore&Gossip. I'm Nicole.
And I'm Jordan, and this is your weekly deep dive into all things terrifying, true crime cases, cold-blooded killers, and the occasional creepy conspiracy.
Plus, haunted dolls, cursed mirrors, and that one time your aunt swore her house was built on a portal to the underworld.
If it's bloody, bizarre, or just plain bone-chilling, we're talking about it.
And yes, we're bringing the gossip too, because what's a murder without a little side-eye?
So lock the doors, light a candle.
And let's get into it.
Hello!
Hi, guys. First, I just want to say thank you guys for being so patient with us. I know we haven't been on a steady schedule right now. We both just have a lot going on, and it's probably going to be like this for a little bit longer because I'm in the middle of moving. I literally move in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So it'll be a little hectic. So I appreciate you guys. So we're just going to have a little bit of fun for now
Let's have some
until
fun.
we get resettled.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys just, I don't know, allowing us to have a little fun with it because we
Yeah.
kind of need it. It's a little
Yeah.
crazy. It's a little hectic over here.
Yeah, my friend texted me after our last episode and she was like, so my friend listens to our podcast while she's working, and she works with clients, and it's a quiet setting, and she was like, I literally laughed out loud while I was in the middle of working with my client, and I was like, oh my. So I'm happy that you guys were able to find joy in that episode because it was so much fun.
I really think that we should do one more because I think we
Yeah.
have two stories that we can
Okay.
share.
Yeah.
And if you want to include yourself in that, listeners,
Yeah.
please send us stories to be included.
Do it. Don't make me do the whisper. I know it's annoying, but don't make me do it. I will do it every fucking time.
I think you should.
I think it's just going to be a thing now.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay. So we have an interesting. Oh, actually, before I even get into this, I need to talk to you guys about that new show on Netflix called Age of Attraction. Jordan's dying because I watched it and I was texting her about it. Bro, this show is insane. First of all, it is first and foremost, it is definitely creepy. The premise of this show is definitely creepy. So they go, if you haven't heard of this, if this is not your wheelhouse, because you all know I say it all the time, reality TV is not my wheelhouse, but I kept seeing clips of the show on my TikTok, and I was like, I don't know why this kind of interested me. I need to watch this. So I did. I actually watched it. I actually got Dag to watch a little bit of it with me, and I kept telling him things about it, and he's like, what the fuck are you watching? But meanwhile, he watched a little bit of it with me. So I started watching it last week. So I watched up to episode 7 because that's when I found it. And then this week, the last episode came out. So I watched that yesterday while it was out. And it was crazy. It's crazy. So if you don't know this show, it's on Netflix. It's a love show, finding show. And why it's called Age of Attraction is because they tell all of the participants that they cannot reveal their age until they go to what's called the promise room. So they have to make a connection. I'll explain the promise room in a second. I know if you are from old school, MTV, VH1, like us, you think of promise room as something very explicit. That is not it, I promise.
The boom boom room.
That is what you think of. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So the smush room, you know what I yeah. That is not what it is at all.
Okay.
So funny though, because that was my first thought. Every time I hear promise room, I'm like, that's oh my God. So, but it's not, that's not it at all. So they have to go into this. They have to make connections with people based off of just who they are. First and foremost, them all saying that, oh my God, I was shocked by their age is a bold face fucking lie. You could guess, there were some people that yeah, I would have said were maybe 10 years older or younger than what they actually were, but not I don't know.
I can't get
I
over
don't know.
the extreme age gap that you texted
Yeah.
me about.
Oh, yeah. So I won't tell you who, but I do wanna spoil it a little bit for you guys because
Yeah.
that's just who I am. There was an age gap where the one person was 60 years old and the other person was 27.
Absolutely not. No way.
Once the age of 60 was said, I said, "Yup, for sure, for sure." And I actually thought that the other person was younger than 27, like, and
Oh,
by, like, a couple of years, because when I first saw the clip, I thought that they had said, I don't wanna, like, reveal who's who because I
yeah.
want you guys to, like, if you guys watch it, whatever, or if you know who I'm talking about, you know who I'm talking about. Um, so what they do is they go on this, like, retreat, and I don't know where actually the retreat took place because I do know that part of the filming takes place in Vancouver, but I don't know where the retreat actually took place. But it's, like, in this, like, woodsy, like, outdoor area, like, where they stay in cabins, so, like, the girls all stay in, like, a cabin, the men all stay in a cabin. Actually, you know what? Hold on a second, I'm gonna even derail us even a little bit further. Isn't it funny how we always say girls and then men? Even though they're, like even if they're, like, 50-year-olds, we always say
That's
girls
pretty
and men.
fucked. That's kind of fucked.
I don't know why we do that. I just started thinking about that earlier today, and then I did it, and I was like, interesting that I don't know. Anyway, we'll
Uncomfy.
sit
Uncomfy.
on that one a little bit,
Yeah,
okay?
sit on that.
But anyway, back to get us on track so that we can, like, actually get back to our episode, I'm sorry. I just really had to talk about this. Um, what was I saying? Oh, so, like, the women stay in one cabin, the men stay in another cabin, but then they, like, intermingle, whatever. So the first day is them going on, like, a 3-minute speed date, so they all, like, start with somebody, the men all move around, the women stay in one spot, like a normal what you see on TV speed dating. I'm assuming that's what actual speed dating looks like, I don't actually know. I've never experienced or seen I've never even heard of one taking place, so if you are somebody that knows of one taking place, please let me know what it's actually like because I'm curious. I've, like, never seen or, like, heard of one actually taking place. I'm just curious. I wanna know, how awkward is it really?
It has to be awkward.
It has to
Come
be so
on.
awkward. So anyway, so they go and they do the speed dating, then, like, part of the retreat is, like, they have, like, things that they do while so, like, they'll do zip lining as a date, they can go whitewater rafting, they have, like, a massage room, which is a little weird because all the pictures are of them just massaging each other. Actually, it's always the guys just massaging the girls. So I'm like but it's, like, I don't know. It's PG, don't
Okay.
worry. It's just weird. Um and then they have to once they make a connection, they have to decide, like, "Do I like you enough to go to the promise room?" And in the promise room is where they reveal their age. So what they do is they make a promise. They have promise rings that go on the right hand, and once they make that promise they either as a couple of people did it before they made the promise, and a couple of people did it b after, but they would still make the promise because they would be, like, talking about it and, like, do it. So they have to make the promise, and then you, like, talk about some things that scare you about, like, going forward, what you like about them, blah, 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 that you wanna make the commitment to them, like, you wanna make the promise to them. So they make the promise, and then they reveal their ages, and I was like most of them I wasn't shocked by. There was a couple of them that, like, weren't, like, super like, there's a 22-year-old, and I think he's 38, so it's, like, what is that, like, 16 years? So I was like,
Yeah.
"Okay, like, yes, she is young," but to be fair, that's honestly not that big of an age like, it's a big age gap, but it's not, like, the worst, and, like,
Yeah.
I could see that working out, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like, especially because he is very immature.
Immature. Yeah.
Yeah, he is very immature. Um, and then there's, like, a couple other whatever, there's another big age gap. One is 54, one is 27. So again with the 27 and yeah, so then like only the people with the biggest age gaps go to the next part of the show. There were people who did find like another like make a promise like did find somebody that they were like close in age with,
Mhm.
and those people like were barely even shown. They like only showed like these select few couples mainly, and like that was really it.
Hmm.
So then they go to the next part, which is they live together. They live together in Vancouver in like an apartment and like see what that's like. And then they do that for like a week or two or whatever. also they find out that their family is invited. So they like so family or friend invited. So they have somebody from their family or friends come to like see them, see the person that they're with, tell them, and then they leave. And then the next day is like they have like 2 more days together, and then the guys leave. And then the next day after that, they have the commitment ceremony, which was yesterday's episode, where they have to decide if after the show they are going to try to continue having a relationship or if they're going to break up right then and there. And then I saw Us Weekly did an interview with them about a week and a half ago. I saw it on YouTube. Actually, I saw TikTok showed it to me first, and they revealed like who's still together and who's not. So I definitely could have just watched that a week and a half ago, but I didn't see it until today. And their reunion isn't until next week, and it looks intense as fuck. This is the first reality TV show I've ever been interested in a long ass time. So that's why you just got like almost 10 minutes of me talking about it.
I try and get Nicole to watch reality TV
and
with
I
me,
won't.
and you won't. And so the fact that this one got her, I'm like shocked.
It was I found out my friend was watching, and she sent me a snap last night, and she was like, shout out to Kayla. She posted a snap last night, and I was like, oh my god, you watch this too? And she was like, you're watching this? And I was like, it's just like known that like I just don't watch reality TV. So she was like, you're watching this? And I was like, yes, I watched it today. Like, this is crazy.
Literally. Oh my god.
And we like gave each other our rundown about all the couples and how we felt about them. It was so funny.
It's literally like Love is Blind, except it's only the age that you can't see.
Yeah, exactly. And which like you can guess pretty close, you know?
I mean,
yeah.
There's one couple where I'm like, I wouldn't have even wanted to continue a promise with that age gap. Because they're older than my parents.
Yeah. And I won't spoil what happens with them. No, so just watch it if you guys
I'll watch it.
Yeah. See, Jordan still hasn't watched it.
I know, because it
Isn't
makes
that crazy? I'd watched the whole entire thing in under a week, and she hasn't watched it yet.
It makes me uncomfortable. That's why.
It is. I won't lie. It is a little uncomfortable. I don't know why I was so interested in it. It is definitely weird as hell.
Because of that one guy that's like, either I can date you or your mom. And I'm like,
he doesn't get past. I will tell you, he doesn't move anywhere. He gets like shot down hardcore, and then you don't see anything about him after that.
Okay, maybe I'll give it a try then. He just made me really uncomfortable.
He was definitely really weird, but he got shot down like pretty hardcore because he was weird. And then after that, like that was it.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Good. Sorry, guys. I had to give you like 10 minutes of me talking about a reality TV show, but like I had to tell you.
It's fun.
Okay, we're also gonna have a fun episode today.
Yeah.
Kind of a segue from our tales from last week, or last episode, I should say, because it interested me so much that I definitely wanted to talk more about it. But I'm gonna start with this. Have you ever had the feeling that you don't belong here? Not like socially awkward, not like you picked the wrong career, but I mean like something deeper. Like this planet itself feels off. It does feel off. Maybe not because we don't,
yeah,
it just feels off. We'll just go with that. Just go with that. Because according to a growing number of people online, that feeling might not just be in your head. You might actually not even be from Earth at all. And so today's topic, Starseed people. I wanted to talk about this after our story from Sophia, because even when she told me about it, I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, what is this? And then I read the story and I was like, I was definitely supposed to do research about it. So here's the research. Starseed people are people who believe their souls come from another planet, star system, or even different dimensions, and that they're currently living undercover as humans. Not metaphorically, not poetically, literally undercover as humans. So, like, you remember this makes me think of, like, Men in Black, where, like, the aliens are all dressed as, like, humans because 'cause they're, like, undercover, and they're
Yeah.
just trying to live, like, a normal life on Earth, so they have to, like this is literally what I think about.
Like,
That's
when
not
they
exact
unzip
Yeah, they,
themselves.
like, go back to, like, the headquarters, and they, like,
Yeah.
unzip out of their human suit, like
Yeah.
yeah. That's what
That's what I
it
picture
makes me think
too.
about, yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody starts out believing that they're an alien. It usually begins with something a lot more human, you could say. Feeling different, disconnected, out of place, like everyone else got a manual for life, and yours is missing pages. Mine for sure is. This might convince me. Who knows? We'll see. This might convince me.
It's good.
And then one night, probably way too late, you're scrolling on TikTok and you see a video. If you're watching this, you're a starseed. And suddenly, everything clicks. Not logically, but narratively. The concept of starseeds were popularized by author Brad Steiger, who wrote about people whose souls originated from other planets, sent here with a mission to guide humanity. But this wasn't necessarily based on scientific evidence. It came from a hypnosis session, personal stories, and belief systems. Which means from the beginning, this idea lived somewhere between identity and imagination.
Mhm.
So this was based literally very like what's the word I'm looking for? Um I literally just came to me and went stereotypical,
Mhm.
like quite a bit. You know what I mean? Like this is a little bit like stereotypical, like I'm not from here kind of thing. You've all seen it. You've all seen it. If you're into aliens, you definitely know what I'm talking about. Once you're in this world, it gets detailed. You've got okay, so this is where they like we deep dive a little bit into like the different kinds because it's not just like alien. This is like they have different aliens from different air like planets basically. So there's um excuse me if I'm going to say this wrong, Pleiadians is what I think it is. They're beautiful, spiritually evolved beings. Syrians, which is kind of crazy when you can I hope I'm saying that right, which is kind of crazy when you consider that there's actual Syrians from Syria. They're considered ancient, wise, and connected to early civilization. There's Arcutanians, I'm gonna go with, interdimensional, advanced, and almost tech-like. So these are all aliens, like, beings that we see in, like, Hollywood and media.
Mhm.
Like, if you like, as I'm describing it, I'm like, "Yeah, I've definitely seen that, like, described in, like, Hollywood movies and media and stuff." And then, like, it's just all different. There's also reptilians because every belief system eventually needs a villain. And apparently the reptilians are, which is really funny because again, in media, in Hollywood, in movies, we see the reptilian style aliens always being the ones that are just bad, like just straight up like literally Alien versus
Come
Predator
on.
movie.
Yeah,
Like
Predator movies.
that's definitely a reptilian.
Yes.
They're often tied to conspiracy theories about hidden elites controlling the world. So what started as I feel different starts to become there's something else running this planet. And this is where we always hit with, like, them seeing you ever see, like I'm not gonna name names, but, like, you ever watching, like, a video of a deposition, and it's, big CEOs and stuff, and they're like, "Look at his eyes, it has reptilian eyes." Like, this is literally what they're talking about. This
Mhm.
is, like, that stuff. But there's a psychological concept called the Forer effect, and it explains vague statements can feel deeply personal sometimes. For instance, You've always felt misunderstood, but meant for something bigger. That hits almost everyone. And it's not because it's uniquely true, it's because it's something that's universally relatable. Like, that is you have, like, the, like, "What's my purpose?" And then it's like, "Well, you've just always felt misunderstood and that you've always felt for something you're meant for something bigger." Everybody feels like that because everybody wants to know what their purpose is. I hit this hard, actually. This is funny that, like, it brings this up because there's something that I've been thinking about a lot lately that I saw a video of, and this is, like, another true statement of that. It was like, "Oh, if you've always felt like you've been called to create, like, just do it, like, just create, like, there's a reason that you're being called to create something." And I was like, "Damn, like, that really hits." But again, it's a pretty vague statement,
It's
but it
so
hits
vague.
because you feel that, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's a universally relatable, like, statement.
It's almost kind of like clickbait.
Yeah, pretty much.
Just
Yeah,
saying, like,
that's what a lot of, like, okay, hot
hot
take. I know
take.
I'm gonna say it with my full chest. Hot take, that's what a lot of that self-help and motivator speakers,
Yep.
that's literally what it is.
Mhm.
That's what it is.
It's like bogus theories
Yeah.
for things to get you to not be lazy or be, like,
Yeah.
sedentary, be like, "You feel bad about it, go do something about it," kind of
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah. That's basically what motivational speakers are.
Yeah, literally.
There's a method to some of it, but
But
that's
yeah,
that's the
no,
majority of it.
but for the majority of it,
Yeah.
it's clickbait.
Anyway, a lot of Starseed content reinforces the "you're different, you're special, you feel like you're not from here," which slowly becomes "you're just more evolved." And that creates distance from other people, creating more of an us versus them situation. Once you believe something about yourself, someone can sell you the next step.
Mhm.
This is basically they're being made into a business of being cosmic almost. There's starseed activation, there's galactic readings, there's DNA upgrades, which what the fuck is that?
What the fuck? Are we living in Tron? Or, like,
Yeah, literally.
what are we living in? What?
What the fuck is that? But it's all said to design something to unlock something inside of you that cannot be measured normally. This is to to like that bringing yourself to a higher level. And don't get me wrong, it's not like I don't believe in that because I do. I do
Yeah.
believe in bringing yourself to a higher level. You all know that I'm into like woo woo shit. Like I'm into, whatever.
Mm,
This is a little out of my realm though.
yeah. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, hang on 1 second. He just texted me. Okay. He's just telling me they went for a walk.
Hmm.
She's been like miserable all fucking day.
Bye-bye.
Where was I? Okay. This belief system overlaps heavily with conspiracy cultural. There's literally a pipeline here. And once you start to believe that, you start believing there's hidden truth most people don't see, it becomes very easy to go deeper. This can play into like basically a cult situation. And
Mhm.
y'all know I love a good cult. And you've probably heard something like in the influencer like videos, like you've always felt out of place. If noise overwhelms you, if you feel connected to the stars, then you might be a star seed, or you might just be a human.
You may just be going through a rough time.
Yeah,
And your sensories, you're, like, sensitive to sensory stuff, like,
mhm,
that's normal.
yeah, like feeling connected to the stars, being
Yeah.
overwhelmed, feeling connections to ocean, like we're supposed to feel that. That is a part of and my true belief is, to get, like, deep here, but, like, for a second, my true belief of, like, a higher self is, like, included in me as being a human, like, my spiritual being and, like, my human being are connected right now, right?
Yeah.
So, like, if I'm gonna move myself to a higher self, like, that's just a part of being a human, you know what I mean? Like, it's not
Mhm.
just that. Some people claim they remember past lives on other planets. And it's never like just an ordinary like thing. It's always, I was a healer, I was a guide, a high level being. Even across like galaxies, we still can imagine ourselves as being important, which is like everybody's important.
And also, we have this great thing called a brain that gives us a great imagination, and we kind of lose that once we get older.
Yeah.
So it may be great to believe that. I'm not trying to shut it down completely, but
yeah. It's so hairy because it does mix slightly in with like things that like we do buy into and do believe in.
yeah.
But it's like making it like alien-esque, which like that is where like I'm like, I don't know
It just
how much I believe, you know?
it reminds me of one religion that we're not going to talk about.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's all
Yeah.
I'm going to say. It reminds me of
The one we'll
big
barely ever
S.
speak about on this podcast.
The big S.
Yeah. Yeah. So, anyway.
Sorry.
No, you're right. Definitely for sure. It's the one that we like adjacent mention. We just don't ever actually talk about.
Yeah, I just
one.
don't want to be sued or anything like that.
We
or
just
have
don't want to
them
be bothered by
stalk
them.
me
So
or anything.
we just adjacent talk about them. Leah Remy for anybody who needs to know.
Yeah.
There you go. Tom Cruise. Okay, I'm done.
Oh my God. Said the biggest name in the religion.
I'm done. It's okay.
Oh my God. Okay, good.
I didn't say it, guys. I didn't say it. It just slipped out. It's my Starseed people calling to me.
Yeah, it is. Mm-hmm.
And no, I'm not actually calling to you. So if you hear me, don't come, please.
Don't come.
Don't come. Okay, but anyway, there's also another layer here. One that makes this go from strange to genuinely unsettling. Because some people believe starseeds don't just exist, they visit you at night while you're asleep. Like we have been told already. Which is funny because she really doesn't believe like or buy into like a lot of this stuff, but she, she's like me.
Yeah, you gotta kind of believe in something.
Yeah.
And if you had that experience, hey.
Yeah, you know what? That might change my mind a little bit, and it better never happen to me. So we're going to leave it at that. According to these beliefs, when your body shuts down, your consciousness doesn't. And during that time, you might travel to other dimensions, communicate with extraterrestrial beings, or receive messages or activations, as they call it sometimes. Some say these beings are helping humanity quietly, one sleeping person at a time. People describe experiences that feel incredibly real, as we have heard, seeing figures in their room, hearing voices, being taken somewhere else entirely, waking up with the certainty that something happened, not a dream, an encounter, if you will, which we have talked about, right?
Mm-hmm.
But here's where it gets a little bit more complicated because there is somewhat of a scientific explanation. And I say somewhat because, like, it's, whatever. The science of the visits, we'll say, what these experiences sound like is something called sleep paralysis. It's a state where your mind wakes up, but your body doesn't. And during that time, people often report shadowy figures, the presence of the room, voices, whispers, intense, vivid hallucinations. We know the gist. We're all fairly familiar with sleep paralysis. For centuries, people thought these were demons. Now, aliens, starseeds. We see jokes all the time about sleep paralysis demons. So why can't they also be aliens or starseed people?
Right. What if they're not demons? What if they're just your alien family visiting you to be like, hey,
exactly.
You're okay.
That's what people think. But sometimes they are a little scary. I've heard people talk about scary ones, and I'm like,
Girl,
keep that away from
get
me.
the fuck away from me. And I don't even know if there's anything to prevent them from coming.
Yeah, I don't know. Sleep paralysis is like such a hard one because I've never experienced it, knock on wood. Like, thank God I've never been. If I have, I like don't really like remember it. Like it or just like wasn't traumatic enough for me to like ever really remember. So, like, I don't know, but I do know people who have experienced it and that have, like, really scary situations, and, like, always, like, freaks me out because I feel so bad, like, there are things that you can try to do. They say sleep paralysis, like, comes from, like, high stress, certain, like, eating disorders, whatever. So, like, there are things that you can do to try to stop it. I know that there's, like, a whole science into the backing of, like, of that, but, yeah. I've heard it can be pretty crazy, and I feel bad for anybody who does have to go through that. If you happen to be somebody who has fun ones, I'm glad for you
Yeah.
because I don't hear that very often.
Share the fun ones
Yeah.
maybe, because the
Yeah.
scary ones will give me sleep paralysis. Sorry.
Yeah, give them all, but, like, we might just have to, like, close Jordan's ears.
I know, I may just have to leave the room for 2 seconds.
Yeah. I'll tell the scary one and then yell, "Jordan, come back!"
Come back!
So these are also can be seen as, hypnotic oh god. Hypno Sorry, guys. I really didn't look at this one. They're gogic hallucinations. Hypnagogic hallucinations. That's what we're sticking with. I'm not trying that again. Where dreams bleed into reality and they can feel completely real. I'm sure I cannot tell you how many times I've had dreams where like that
Oh
feels
my
like
God.
that's happening. Like where I wake up and I feel like I like literally was just living that.
Or, like, even just, like, jumping off a cliff or, like, falling.
Yeah. Yeah. Like
Yeah.
literally anything. Like where like I've had like dreams before where like I'm in bed, you know what I mean? Like, and I like it's like that like in between state sometimes. And like it can be really crazy. So you definitely like, yeah, I'm sure everybody's felt that at some point or another. But if you already believe in star seeds, like if this is something you already believe in, your brain has the framework to put this into, like a sleep paralysis thing for you, or the word that I cannot say, the dreams that feel like they bleed into reality. I'm not going to try it again. I
No, it's
promise. That
okay.
was really bad.
It was great the last time.
Yeah, that's, sounding it out sometimes works for me, but we'll see.
Hmm.
So when something strange happens at night, it doesn't feel random. It'll feel meaningful. It'll feel intentional. It'll feel like contact from your starseed family. And every experience just reinforces that belief. Because how do you disprove something that only you are experiencing?
That's a good point.
That's so true. Like, how do you you have to disprove it to yourself, and how do you have to figure out how to do that.
Yeah.
And if this is something that's happening to you in basically a vulnerable state, how do you prove that?
And, like, how do you, like, disprove it to yourself
Yeah.
too? To be like,
Yeah.
"Oh, this isn't actually happening. This is a dream,"
Yeah.
or I
Yeah.
mean, that's crazy. Or
Well,
even
especially like it's there's people that like have like cameras in their bedrooms and stuff like that, and like they'll go back and watch it, and it's like that's one way, but
even then, I don't
and
know.
can tell you right now, I think I would be scared as fuck if I had to go back and watch. I don't even
No.
wanna think about it. I'm not
No.
even gonna say it. I'm not even
Absolutely not.
like, just the thought of that just creeps me out so
No.
bad.
No. Like, even if, like, there was an inkling that I would catch something, I don't wanna see it.
Yeah, exactly. No, thank you.
If I have someone living in my attic, I don't wanna see it either.
Oh god. Okay, so
Do you have a
she just
Frogger? Is someone living in your attic right now?
No, but we've had this conversation before.
My God, I'm an idiot.
That's what you said, and I was like, "Oh my god." I was like, "Now I'm gonna have to talk about this." Okay, so I have a very innate fear, basically, of that.
Me too.
Because I happened to see a long time ago this. I don't know if it was true or not. This post about this girl who found out that there was a guy living in this like attic space in her closet, or he would come through, like he could get in from the other side and come into hers. She lived in like a kind of like townhome, and ever since then it just freaked me out to the point where like I like check my closet on like a regular basis because it scares me that much.
That's my biggest fear, actually, to be
Yeah.
honest. And we're
Yeah,
actually in my
and there
bedroom
was
now.
a
I can
movie there was a movie about Froggers, and that made it even worse for me because I did watch that movie, and it made it so much worse for me. So, yeah.
I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a stupid ass movie, but
so
it scared me
but it's
so
still
bad.
scary to think about it.
Because it's something that like actually does happen for some reason. It's and it was a whole thing. So like when that movie came out, like, or when it was made, I guess I should say, like there was a whole thing going on about that stuff.
Where like people had videos of the people coming out of the attic and stealing food or like going to the bathroom.
Yeah. So very big fear of mine.
Big fear. Sorry, continue. So sorry.
It's okay.
No, it's all good.
No, it's all good.
Like my favorite topic.
We're just going to be a derailing episode, guys. It's fine. You know how it goes. Sometimes we have those. You good?
Yeah, it's just supposed to be fun. And I'm over here talking about my biggest fear.
You just scared. You made a face and you scared me. And I'm like, what the
No, I scared myself.
Is Ein behind you?
No, I have like my little moon and stars.
I saw something that looked like
I hit
tail.
I hit it. And I freaked myself out. No, he's on my couch.
I was like, is he like up there? Do you have a perch up there? And like, I'm like looking like this. Like I can actually see. Oh my God. Okay. Anyway, guys, sorry.
Continue.
But if you zoom out, this isn't new. Humans have always created systems to kind of explain themselves. Astrology, personality types, spiritual identities. I feel kind of attacked right now. I won't even lie.
So do I.
Yeah, I feel a little attacked.
Because I live by my astrological sign.
I wrote this and I feel attacked. So I attacked myself. I attacked myself. So it's okay. Starseeds are just a more cosmic version of it, I guess you could say. But where is the line? When belief isn't just the problem itself, it replaces reality, it can isolate you, becomes your identity. Like if this becomes your entire identity, that's when it's something that's maybe starting to cross the line a little bit. And probably when you're entering cult territory a bit.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah.
DNA upgrades? Boy, what?
We're definitely entering cult territory a little bit there. And platforms like YouTube and Instagram amplify this content because it works. You were meant to see this. Don't scroll. This is your awakening. Do you know how many times I stop? I'm literally attacking myself right now because do you know how many times I stop on a video for like a reading or something, and it's like, no hashtags, you were meant to see this. If you see this on this date, which 9 times out of 10 it fucking is, and I'm like, here we go, this was meant for me. And then like it's a reading and it's like, oh yep, exactly. Because it's all just fucking general. I'm literally like, this is my life, dude. This is my life. So maybe I do buy into this bullshit. You know what? I see what I said in the beginning. I was like, I could probably fall into this, and here I am. Yeah, I probably could. I probably could because I do
also
already.
See it like as like a mood board too. Like, have you seen that? Like where you scroll to see like which mood board fits, and then that's your alien type or whatever.
Yeah,
that has come across my page. So
we do buy into this stuff. I'm just gonna put that out there. We just don't pull into the whole alien thing because the alien thing freaks us out a little bit.
It freaks me out a little bit because like we don't know.
Yeah,
we don't know.
Yeah, there are aliens. There are, for sure. I just don't want to be bothered.
Yeah, like don't, I just want to be a human.
I just don't buy into like the whole like I would, you know what I mean? Like I was an alien, and if that's where I'm like, I
just unzip. There's a little alien inside of me.
If I could do that, I would have definitely done it by now. Who knows? Maybe I have. Maybe every time it happens, I get like blipped like in Men in Black.
Yes!
They're like, here she goes again.
Gosh, she's on a rampage again. We gotta blip her.
Here she goes again. We gotta stop her. She's gonna reveal too much information to people. Who knows?
Oh my gosh. That's so
But anyway, this stuff feels personal because
Mhm.
it's designed to feel like that.
Yeah.
And again, with the astrology and all of that, like it is designed to make it feel personal for you. And there is no actual scientific evidence that starseeds exist. No confirmed alien souls, no verified galactic origins. I almost said organs. I'm sorry. But the feelings behind it, they feel real. That feeling of feeling lost, different, disconnected, those are human feelings. And
Mhm.
that is normal to feel like that sometimes. And it is okay to feel like that. You will find yourself. Most people don't find themselves and are comfortable with themselves until they're like fucking 35 or 40.
I'm
You know?
I'm
Like,
reinventing myself right now.
yeah, like,
I don't feel comfortable yet,
no,
but
me neither. Me neither. I'm a whole ass mom and wife,
yeah.
and don't feel comfortable yet. Like I'm in the middle of doing like two things right now, on top of also doing a podcast and working like a little job, like because like I'm just trying to figure myself out. And I'm about to be I'm gonna be 29 next week,
Shut up.
and so like I'm like you know I'm like, I'm gonna be 30 soon. Like, I need to figure my life out. No, the fuck, I don't.
No, you
No, I
don't.
don't. And this is a way sometimes for people to like feel like they figured things out. And like, if that's you, by all means,
If that's
feel
what you
that way.
need,
Just don't create a cult. Don't get your DNA altered, please.
please.
You want to do some kind of like spiritual awakening thing? By all means, don't get your DNA altered. Whatever the fuck that means. I
Yeah.
didn't even look it up because I didn't want to know what it means.
Also, you don't want that on your Google search either. I don't think. Maybe in ChatGPT you can look it up, but
Yeah.
even then, maybe not. I don't want.
Yeah.
Nah. Yeah.
I don't, it's, I think it's just something I didn't want to go down
Yeah. Good
because
point.
there's a lot to do with that in so many different realms outside of this.
Mhm.
And I just didn't want to,
Yeah. No
I don't feel
thanks.
like touching that. So just don't do it.
You don't
Just
want
don't do
to.
it. You
You
want to
don't
do
want
all
to.
like the woo woo stuff, do all the woo woo stuff. Do all of that.
You don't want to get like
It's
alpha
fine.
brain or anything.
No, I probably already fucking have it.
Do not have alpha.
I don't even know what it is.
It's like something from the manosphere.
Oh, yeah, because I didn't watch that.
No, but like it's something that like a few commentators in that area say that it helps boost your brain power and
Oh,
gives
yes, I
you
do know what you're
like
talking about.
a more manly essence. Maybe we should talk about that documentary and you gotta watch it.
We probably should. Yeah, you did watch it, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I just know it's going to give me so much rage.
It will.
Yeah.
But Louis Theroux did a really good job of bouncing
Yeah.
back.
I've seen some clips. He definitely did.
Yeah.
He definitely did. I just know I'm going to rage a little bit and I'm not excited about that. Maybe after my doctor's appointment next week.
Yeah.
When I get some stuff to help keep me calm.
Yes. We all need that.
Maybe after
By
my
a
doctor's appointment next
doctor.
week.
Don't be trusting these
Yeah.
TikTok people
Yeah.
saying you're part of
By
my
doctor.
Starfeed
And it's
family.
not like anything like serious. It's just,
No, that's okay. That's perfect.
Yeah. Anyway,
Continue.
we're almost done, guys, I swear.
So close.
Maybe starseeds aren't extraterrestrial. Maybe they're just people trying to explain why they feel out of place in a world that doesn't always make sense. And maybe the scariest part isn't the belief itself, it's how easy it is to fall into it. All it takes is one moment, one video, or one idea that feels like it explains absolutely everything. And suddenly, you're not just different anymore. You're from somewhere else. Sleep well tonight. And if you feel like something is watching you, or visiting you, or trying to reach you, it could just be your brain trying to make sense of the dark. Or is it starseed people? I guess you'll find out. And what do you guys think? Do you guys think that starseed people are real? Do you think that like they're a higher powered being that is trying to contact you about your old life and trying to help you in this one?
I could
I don't
see
know if I buy it.
I could see how I could fall into that, especially
Oh, yeah.
with everything that happened this past year and like feeling
Yeah.
alone, feeling like disconnected
Yeah.
and like displaced. I could totally see where if you're in a mindset like that, yeah, you could fall into it so easily.
For sure.
Especially just because like social media is such a big thing. Like if you looked at either of our like phones to see how much usage we have for TikTok, I
It's
know
so bad.
mine is going to be like
It's so bad.
75%.
So bad. Yeah. It's so bad. Even with, like, being crazy, like, all day with, like, a child,
Yeah.
like, it's still so crazy.
Yeah.
And it's easy to get sucked into things like this. Like we said, like, it's easy to want to have something. We've talked about it before. We talked about it with cults, like, with cults in the dark, like, and I'm gonna talk about it again because you guys know I love a good cult, so don't be, one of those is gonna come up soon, I promise. But it's so easy to get sucked in sometimes because, like, especially when you're in such a dark and vulnerable place. So do me a favor, and if you guys are ever feeling like you're in a vulnerable place and like maybe you could, get sucked into a cult, reach out first.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure there's going to be somebody that'll tell you that you do not.
Yeah. Like
It's not in the cult. It's just not time for the cult. It's not time.
it's not time. It's not time.
Yeah.
Let's go do something else.
Yeah.
Let's like go hang out. Go like
Yeah.
thrifting, get coffee.
Let's go touch grass a little bit.
A little bit. It's
Yeah.
important to touch grass.
Yeah.
Even
Yeah,
though
we
I
got to
love
get
to be
out there
home.
once in a while. Yeah. All right, guys. I know this has been a little crazy one. I appreciate you guys sticking through us. Again, it's going to be a little hectic. So if you don't hear from us, don't panic. We're still here. I'm just moving. I'll be moving in again 2 weeks. So you'll hear from us very soon, I promise. And we'll probably have some deep shit for you guys again because we definitely got some stuff cooking.
Yes, we definitely have some stuff cooking.
We just had to give you a little more chaos.
Yeah, just a little bit, just to get out of the system.
You guys like the chaos.
Yeah.
Don't lie. You
Don't
like
lie.
the chaos.
You love it.
All right. Well, whether it's crime, conspiracy, or just straight up spooky, we're going to keep talking about it. Like, follow, comment, and stay tuned for new episodes each week because it's just going to keep getting darker and spookier from here. And send your stories in to goreandgossippod@gmail.com. One more time. I promise I'm only going to do it one more time. goreandgossippod@gmail.com. So stay nosy and stay spooky, and we'll see you guys next time.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys. Thank you.